couldn't compete in the sport. And that's really one of the main reasons that my mom became a coach. When she was first boxing, women could only be pro. They couldn't fight amateur style. And she really, that's the opportunity she took up, and she had a 5-0 record, and she fell in love with coaching after that. And her goal was really to make a gym where everyone could box, where everyone was welcome, regardless of gender, race, sexuality, ability. So I think creating community spaces that really let everyone really come and participate is very important. And so I think that's been a big part of like bringing the community together for events like this.
Okay, now it's obvious that Christy is definitely bringing the community together because she's making history around town. So Christy is an assistant Olympian coach, women boxing coach, right?
Yeah.
And as you saying, of course, in the beginning, women wasn't boxing, because I know I ain't trying to, get all these scars all over my face and whatnot, but can you elaborate some on that, since you're interviewing, instead of your mom, about what that was like for her to take the first women's team to the Olympics? Because it happened in 2012, right?
Yes, the London Olympics in 2012.
Okay.
They had tried beforehand in the 2008 Beijing Olympics, but narrowly it didn't go through. So they fought for a really long time to get women into the sport to be recognized at the international Olympic level. Boxing was actually the last sport to allow women, the final one. So once boxing allowed women to compete in the Olympics, then women were allowed to compete in all sports in the Olympics. It took until 2012, so it was certainly a long road. It took a lot of people involved, and there's been a lot of pushes for it, local grassroots gyms, and so it's really exciting to see it all kind of happening, coming together. We had Clarissa Shields take a gold medal at the first Olympics, and Marlon Esparza got bronze. So we only had 3 women. There were only 3 weight categories that first year, and the U.S. got a gold and a bronze right out the gate. So.
All right, Team U.S. Don't count us out. So at this time, where was the Olympics being held?
During 2012?
Yeah.
And it was in London.
Oh, okay. So did you travel with them as well?
I did. I got to go, and I saw all the women's bouts.
Okay, so was that your first time ever going to London?
Oh yes, it was my first time. It was really incredible. I highly recommend it. I'd love to go back someday.
Okay, so she was the first women's assistant coach to take a women's boxing. Okay.
She was the assistant coach for actually all of Team USA's boxing, both the men's and the women's team.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was pretty legendary.
So how did the men do that year?
They didn't get any medals.
Oh, okay. No offense, guys, but the women represented. So, of course, Christy is making history around town. She opened up her gym. Kelly said a year and a half ago she offered her space to close it down to host her big night here, and so I'm sure that it'll bring you all a lot of publicity. Now, can you give the audience any kind of information on if anyone wants to take up the sport?
Oh yes, definitely. This is the place to be. If you want to compete, if you just want to get a good workout in, if you want to join a community for fitness, this is a good place. You can come in off the couch, and our coaches will get you started. And it's really meant to be flexible for people because it can be hard to schedule classes. But the way it's structured is there's hours to come drop in during a window. You come in anytime, 30 minutes, you get your workout in. We'll teach you all the skills you need. And from there, you can start with that. And if you want to compete, you can work your way up. Or if you just want to bite for fun, you can come and do the fitness boxing, no contact. If you don't want to hit anyone, you don't have to hit anyone.
I might start competing. So do you all do kickboxing as well?
No, we just do Olympic style amateur boxing.
I don't know if I'm that type of fighter, but I might try. So does it cost to come in to take up the classes?
Okay. So if you want to come in and try it, first class is free. Come in and give it a try. If you like it, you can join and become a member. It's $99 a month.
Okay.
And you can come as many times as you want for the whole month.
Okay. Okay. So we have Ella Hobart, the daughter of Christy Hobart, which is the owner and a fighter boxing gym here on 42nd Avenue North, right off of Charlotte. And also she is one of 2 women who currently owns a boxing gym here in Nashville. We know we have other women that own gyms, but not boxing gyms. So Ella, we thank you for your time. And look, so of course I'm sure you're going to follow your mom's footsteps to become an Olympic trainer coach as well, right?
I would love to. Big shoes to fill.
Well, you already started, so look, all you got to do is just fill the groove with yourself. Well, thank you, Ella, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right,
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Now, as Ella has given us information about her mom being an Olympic assistant coach in 2012, the first year that any woman was able to compete in boxing, they went and Team US won. She trained the men and the women, so that's a big goal. Christy is doing great things in the community, and like I said, Kelly responded that she opened up her gym a year and a half ago, so that is a great thing. We will take a quick break as we go to the next screen. We have Senna Agbeko, and if I'm not mistaken, I think of Lael Caldwell, owner of Ben and Lael Incorporation, right?
Yes.
Okay, which your company consists of artists working with copper, silver, and enamel, creating extraordinary pieces.
Yeah, they're very unusual. They're all handmade.
Okay.
And we've had everything from our flags go to the Wachovia building in New York, to the wineries out in California, to the governor's ranches, to all sorts of things. And our copper pieces are in about 40 or 50 stores.
Okay. So I heard you speak about Kelly a little earlier, so you all are good friends, correct? Okay. It's nothing like having a good friend when you're going through. Now, tonight, I do understand that there will be an auction, and you're going to be auctioning some of your husband's pieces, right? Okay.
Yes.
So is your husband, is he still alive?
He is. He's traveling.
Okay.
He does a lot of shows. He's gone a lot.
Okay, big money. Okay. So we will, if you give us a little bit about the information, I know it will be an auction tonight. We have 2 pieces that will be auctioned, right? And there is, the first piece is a size 2 flag, and that will be retail for $1,715.
Yes.
Where can, if they, where, do you know where the auction will be held? It'll be held here tonight.
Here tonight.
Okay. And so, of course, give us information about if they want to bid on it.
Sure. And so Kelly's going to have the auction. This is the piece itself. It's American flag, and it's made from solid copper with glass enamel. And it looks like it's blowing in the wind, but it's actually a flag that, when you go through a battle, the flag is battle worn, but it's still standing.
Absolutely.
And so the flag shows strength. And it comes in all different sizes, but this one right here is, you can put it outside your home, you can put it on a porch, because it can wear with the elements, or you can put it inside.
Oh, okay. So, as Lael said, this is a size 2 flag. It will be retail for $1,715. It will be auctioned. They come in all different sizes. So, of course, as the size go up, the price goes up. So, then also we have the copper magnolia bowl that will be retail for $445. So, this is a size 12. So, I assume they come in different sizes as well. So, okay. So, tell us a little bit about this piece.
This is a magnolia bowl, and it was featured in Garden and Gun. It was one of their top products. It's all handmade, and you can see on the back, it has a little Nashville sign with a B and an L with a heart.
Okay.
It's completely hand formed, and it's a magnolia bowl.
Okay.
You can put it beside your front door, you can put it in your bedroom. It's beautiful. We have one photographer that put beautiful pieces of fruit. It's really a beautiful piece.
Okay, so does any of your pieces that you all create gives off an energy sense? You know, like some pieces have an energy sense. So does any of the pieces that you all make have an energy sense?
Well, that's such a good question. I don't really know how to answer that, but it's a very, very good question. What we have found is that when people purchase our pieces, they hang on to them for generations.
Okay.
And so we're now almost into the 3rd generation of people buying pieces. It's really amazing.
Okay. Okay, so Lael, the owner of Ben and Lael Incorporation, and they create all extraordinary pieces of copper and silver. And so again, if you all would like to bet on either one of the pieces, you have the American flag that goes for $1,715, and then we have the magnolia bowl that goes for $445.
Yes.
Now the proceeds, what would they go to?
They are going to go to our sponsor for the evening, and it's really an amazing group, because what they do is they provide free counseling for anyone that's been affected by cancer in a family. They send people on these athletic adventures. They try to make people whole with stage 4 cancer. And they have free counseling, they have free stays. They're just a truly amazing group.
Yes, and we want to give a major shout out to Lauren Huffmaster, that's the founder of Adventure Therapy. So Lauren, thank you so much for your generous hospitality. Now, Kelly did tell me about the different services that they offer. Founder of Adventure Therapy. So Lauren Huffmaster, thank you again for the opportunity for being the sponsor for tonight's event. Thank you so much,
Yes.
L'Oreal. So your business is in Kingston.
Kingston Spring, but we live in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
We used to have a studio right down the street on Charlotte,
Okay.
but we were doing some copper pieces for Starbucks, huge pieces, so we needed a really big studio, so we moved out.
Okay.
But we miss this part of town.
So do you all travel back and forth every day?
Yes, it's about 35 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
I know.
But you got to be gassed up though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Time
Well,
for me to
thank
buy
you
an
so
electric
much,
car.
Terry Hudson. We missed his presence
Tammy,
here,
thank you.
but of course he's on the road making some money.
Gotta
So,
make money, feed the family,
Yes.
take care of us.
all right. And also, thank you for the opportunity for the auction and then to be able to give back to the proceeds to advanced therapy. So again, Lauren Huffmaster, we want to thank you for the opportunity of sponsoring Kelly's event tonight.
You know,
And
she
thank you
really
so much.
stepped up to the plate.
Yes, I was told.
She really stepped up to the
I
plate.
was
She's a
told.
woman of action.
Yeah.
And she created this group in 2018.
Okay.
And they now have the seal of transparency in 2019, which means this nonprofit has total transparency. So when you're thinking about donating to a group, this would be the group that I would choose.
All right, well, there you have. Lael has given us a great reason on why
Yeah.
to donate to Lauren Huffmaster, founder of Adventure Therapy. They offer all types of counseling and coaching for.
And great adventures for all people of all ages affected by cancer.
Okay. And she's in her like a young woman too, in her early
She
30s.
is. She had stage 4 cancer.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, she's an amazing writer. You should read her stories.
Okay. What's the name of her book? You know?
Oh gosh, I don't know the name of her book. But the story that I read is on her blog, on the website.
Okay.
She was saying to somebody, well, what do I do if I have stage 4 cancer? How do I talk to my children? And she gives the most humane, compassionate, truthful advice. I mean, she's a great writer.
Okay. I have to check her out. I read a little bit about it, but I didn't go deep into detail. But I thank you now, Lois.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I am burning up, honey. My hair's
Well,
all
you
over
look
the place.
beautiful. I guess it's worth it.
Well, thank you. Not the heat though. No, nothing is worth the heat. But I compromise for the next few hours or so. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Now, as Loel has given us the information, Loel is the owner of Ben and Loel Incorporation. They make all different pieces, and they are in King Spring, Tennessee. And so, therefore, you can, if you want to bid on the information you have. Randall Vincent, I've been looking for you for about 45 minutes. Where you been at?
I had to work the corner at one of my fighters. I've actually worked with both of them, but the one with the prosthetic leg,
Yes.
he's having his first pro fight, so I was in his corner. That's all.
Langston, yes. So I am due to interview him too. So when you get through, can you go get him a telephone?
Sure.
Okay, now Mr. Randall, you are the founder and CEO of International Boxing Academy of Nashville, right?
Correct.
I read your bio. I was amazed. Native of Nashville, graduate of TSU,
Yes.
community activist, but I'm told that you love to work with the youth, right?
I've worked with the youth for over 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, my husband and his best friend work with the youth too, so I know how important it is. We definitely need to get trained of the youth, so I commend you for that.
Thank
because
you.
it takes a lot. Now, I love the little kids, and all the little kids can come to my house and stay, but I ain't the kid person. But I'll talk to them and inspire and pray with them at any given time. Okay, so, but so let's talk about this. I know that you focus on youth with that's less privileged, right? And I know that you've been in the industry for a long time. You work with some of the partner event stars, Martha O'Brien, Prevention, Metro Police, DARE, GANG, Youth Alive, Alive and Free, Projection Return. Can you give us some information or input on how you have came in and may have ran into maybe a trouble youth or whatever service that you provided that you feel good as, with just giving back to the community?
Well, a lot of times kids don't know that people care about them and care about their well-being. That's the first thing is they have to know that you care about them, and that's what I've done because I actually do. I grew up on 619 North 5th Street in the early part of my life, and so I had to go through Sam Levy housing projects to get to my school at Caldwell. So, I saw a lot of things that were that stuck with me, and for some reason, when I became an adult, I ended up working with a population that I didn't think I was, and that's disenfranchised people, especially young people. So getting back to your question, what I've offered them is offered them options in life more than anything. I mean, you can give them things, but if they don't think they have options to succeed in anything, then you're just giving them something that sustains them temporarily. It's not long lasting. So what I try to do is give them knowledge and the encouragement and the confidence to know that, hey, you can achieve these goals no matter where you start at the beginning line. But you can still accomplish your goals. And so that's what I offer them, wisdom and knowledge. But yeah, like any other organization, I work for United Neighborhood Health Services, now Neighborhood Health. So we offer them services, but services without knowledge, without information that can help them, you're spinning your wheels, because that only sustains them temporarily.
Okay. Now, I love the fact that you said allowing the kids, showing the kids that you care about them, because that makes a major difference. A lot of times, it's not a black or a white thing, but a lot of times us as black parents, we think giving our kids, giving them material things is making a difference, and it's not, because if we're not teaching them along the way, then that makes a major difference. If we're not showing them, not just telling them, but showing them that we care, not just their well-being, but their association with people, and we know that a lot of times kids today, they withdraw, they feel like you're being too hard. Well, guess what? It's okay for my kids to be mad at me because I ask all kind of questions, But I like the fact that you went back to the community to give back to the kids. I read about your boxing academy, and I see that you bring all kind of kids in, right?
Right.
Okay, so if they are any kids out here, the parents that's watching who would like to get their kids signed up, where do they need to go?
All they have to do is our location is 3729 Clarksville Pike, which all of our information is on our Facebook page and on our website, International Boxing Academy in Nashville. And they go there, and we're in the process of trying to expand, get a bigger facility, because we're not just a boxing program, we're an educational program. We also plan on having video production and music production, so the kids that don't want to get in the ring can be a part of the team. There'll be some that learn video production, so that when we go to boxing shows, they can record the video, record all of the events, interview the fighters. There'll be some to do the soundtracks for the soundtracks for the videos. So we'll be learning a variety of things, and then there'll be some that want to learn how to do the business part of it, because as you know, everything that you do has a business to
Absolutely.
it. Like your podcast is a business. I mean, you're out here in front, but there are other things that go into making this happen, And so that's what we'll have other kids doing. They'll learn the business part of doing amateur shows and promoting amateur fights and things of that nature.
Okay, well, I noticed that earlier in the beginning of the interview, you talked about giving them options, and that is a lot of different options that you'll be giving them. I definitely want to thank you and commend you for doing the great work in the community with our kids. But you said it's on Clarksville Highway. I used to work, where about on Clarksville Highway?
Where the Dollar General store is, Regions Bank.
Yeah, up about Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. Yeah, Pizza Hut's no longer there, but it's in that strip mall.
Oh, okay.
So,
now, Kelly did make mention, and she said that was her safe place that she would come to and box, I guess, during times she was going through.
Yeah, she actually would go, she would, wherever Santa, because he would be there in hours that I wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So
but she made mention this morning that was her safe place. So we definitely want to thank you, Randall Vincent, International Boxing Academy of Nashville, founder and CEO of Nashville Native.
And I also want to say I got a book called The Triangles of Life.
Yeah, who?
A book called The Triangles of Life and the Road to Emancipation. I got it published back in February 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what is that book about?
It's about, it's basically a plan to help communities and individuals get their lives together, It helps communities become stronger. It helps individuals become stronger. So it's for communities and individuals.
Okay. And that's always a resource because, of course, we always need each other.
Right.
And if we as a community can come together, black, white, whatever it may be, we'll be a stronger world. So, then where can they purchase your book at?
Amazon.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Randall Vincent, Amazon.com. What's the name of the book again?
The Triangles of Life and the Road to Emancipation.
Okay. So the Trials of Life. Okay. So you go to Amazon.com. Don't hesitate. Don't waste no time. And as he said, it's not only a book for individuals and communities as a whole. So thank you, Mr. Vincent, for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.